Hello everyone and welcome back to another eBay opening. This time around we have a double hitter. We have two Magic card collections. This will be our first time opening Magic on this channel. And I actually had a comment asking about if I could go into kind of more of the specifics about starting your own store on TCGPlayer. So we're going to talk about that a little bit as we go through these. There we go. I suppose I should first talk about how much these two collections ran for, what we need to get to make our money back. So this is the smaller of the two lots, and it went for, one second, I'm gonna have to double check. I forgot to pull it up before we started looking. I believe I got this for about $270. We're at $247.60. So just under $250, which means we need to get about $500 worth of value to make our money back. And look at that. I'm assuming this happened during shipping. Little rough there. Let's pull these out. Oh, look at these old rares from Future Sight and Shadowmoor. Let's see if we can. Oh my gosh. They all fell out of their binder pages. Here, wait. Let's. Oh, and the binder's broken. Oh no. Oh, that was GT.
Wow.
Look at that. Okay, let's get... Oh, an Avatar of Woe. $7 right there. All right, we're already starting to see some value. I mean, he's posted photos of... Liliana Vess as well. Look at that. The OG Liliana. He posted photos of a large majority of the lot with the listing, but I don't remember seeing an Avatar of Woe or a Liliana Vess. Let's get these out of here. So the reason I thought this would be a good video to talk about starting your own shop is because actually the second collection we're going to go through, I think that is like the ideal kind of collection you want when opening your own shop. Your own ideal starter inventory, I should say. Let's just get everything out and we'll take a look at it. Oh, an old school Sheevan Reeve. So let's say you want to start doing this. You want to start your own TCGPlayer store. You want to start getting into the trading card business. You want to start making some money on the side, make a side hustle out of this. Or scale up and become like a real business, you know? How do you start? Well, you're going to need starting materials of... You're going to need a phone and you're going to need some cash lying around because we're going to have to buy inventory first, obviously. I started my very first collection that I bought for $200. It was a binder off Facebook Marketplace of Pokemon 151. And this was a little over a year ago. This was January 2024. And, I mean, 151 was going crazy. There was a Charizard illustration rare in that lot. It sold within 24 hours for $120 at the time, which is crazy to think about because I actually just sold another copy for $300. So it's more than doubled in price in a year. Like, that's absolutely crazy. Oh, look at all these old school rares.
Wow.
But yeah, so your main goal, step one, I should say, is getting your inventory. And like I said, I think the ideal inventory is this second box we're about to open. I want to get everything out of this binder first. And then we're going to take a look at this second box before we really go through everything. And none of these are in sleeves, by the way, which is always nice. Oh, Chandra Nalaar. All these original Planeswalkers. You know, some of the mainstay characters of Magic the Gathering, if you know the lore, which a year ago I would have had no idea. But I've had to research all that, and I've just picked it up, learned it over the course of running the store. But yeah, so you're going to pick up some inventory, and the first level of sellers on TCGPlayer. So TCGPlayer divides sellers into 4 levels. It's just oh, that's a foil old school Thoughtseize, dude.
Wow.
Oh, that's beautiful. That's a beautiful card. Actually, I really like this. Sorry. Gotta respect the cardboard. TCGPlayer divides you into 4 seller levels, levels 1 through 4. And your first goal, if you want to get into selling cards, on TCGPlayer specifically, I don't know about eBay, I don't sell on eBay, I just buy on eBay. Your number 1 goal when you're first starting out is to get to seller level 4. You have to get there as quickly as possible. Because the amount of perks you get at level 4 is so important to the lifespan, the staying power of your shop. So at level 1, I actually have these, I'm going to put this on the screen right now. At level 1, you can only have 100 cards in your inventory listed, which is nothing, right? Like this one binder is probably about 200 cards. 100 card inventory limit is literally nothing. You're gonna feel bad at level 1. But thankfully, we can get out of level 1 pretty quickly. All you have to do to go from level 1 to level 2 is place 2 orders within 30 days of each other, and they both arrive on time. And you get either no positive reviews, or I'm sorry, not positive. You either get no reviews or positive reviews. You have to have a positive review rate of 80% or more to also move on to level 2. So you have to make 2 completed orders and have a positive review rate of 80% or more, which is not hard, as long as you properly package and condition your cards, which we'll go over after we finish discussing the levels. Oh, Wrath of God. The old school board clear. Destroy all creatures. They can't be regenerated. Oh, and that's a foil. I love the old school foils. I think they look so much better than the newer foils. But as I was saying, so that's how you get to level 2. Just 2 orders, positive reviews, nice and easy. You can get from level 1 to level 2 within, less than 2 weeks. And honestly, if shipping time is good, if those orders get placed and you immediately send those orders out and USPS gets those orders quick, you can get to level 2 within like a week. And then at level 2, now we're cooking a little bit. You can go from 100 cards in your inventory to 500. So 5 times the amount of cards as your inventory limit, which is a huge difference. That's a huge difference. That's so important. Just getting to level 2, you've already jumped up so much. And then you still have all the same restrictions as level 1. You still can't access TCG Seller Pro. You still can't access custom shipping. You're still confined to the basic rules of TCGPlayer. They're still treating you like you're a newbie, because realistically you probably are at this point. So now we have to get from level 2 to level 3. And it's the same idea as from level 1 to level 2. You just have to fulfill orders and get positive reviews. You just have to keep grinding it out. So to get from level 2 to level 3, you have to get 11 orders in. And you have to have a feedback ratio 85% or higher, positive feedback. So again, we just want to get cards out, get orders placed, get cards out as fast as possible, and get positive reviews. And again, that just goes back to making sure the cards ship on time, that they're properly conditioned, and that they're well packaged, and they're not going to get hurt during shipping. We'll go over how I package cards at the end of this. So now, theoretically, we're at level 3. And at level 3, inventory really isn't an issue anymore, because at level 3, your inventory goes from 500 to 50,000. And 50,000 is insane. Like, even now, I'm over a year in. I've had over 10,000 orders. My inventory is still just over 20,000. Because you're going to be selling. And, oh, look at that replenish. That right there is a $90 bill. I know those don't exist, but $90? I mean, it looks, it's lightly played, but not bad. It'll be a little under 90. That's the good thing about Magic, for all those who are, Pokemon only. The good thing about Magic is condition, it matters, but not nearly as much as Pokemon. The market for Magic the Gathering and Pokemon cards is totally different. and maybe we can talk about that near the end of this video or in the next video. They're totally different markets. The type of people who are buying for Magic and the type of people who are buying for Pokemon are two completely different types of buyers, types of markets. Let's just get the rest of it. Oh my gosh, look at, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, it's a mess. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, I hope they're all okay. They look okay. They look okay. I'm not seeing any bends or anything. Oh, that's like a $4 card, Baron Singer. Most of these are at least $1, if I remember correctly, just as I was looking through everything. But so now we're level 3, and we can have 50,000 cards in inventory. What does that mean? Well, it means inventory is not really an issue anymore, and we can just start uploading all the cards we have that are worth uploading. I don't upload any card that's less than 25 cents because it's just not worth it. And that's because of the weight of cards and shipping, which we'll get to in a second after we finish discussing the levels. I upload any card that's worth 25 cents or more. I know some people are like, well, a card has to be worth at least $1 to be worth it. A card has to be worth at least $2 if you're asking the professor. You can upload cards that are a quarter and make money. Because shipping is not free for orders of that size. And again, we're going to get in a second. So at level 3, inventory is no longer an issue, but we still are restricted from a lot of the perks that come with being a level 4 seller. We still can't use the app to upload collections. We still can't set our own shipping rates. At level 3, the only big perk about hitting level 3 is that inventory limits are no longer a real issue. Which is good, don't get me wrong, but we still, the main thing we want out of level 4, the main reason we're trying to get to level 4 as fast as possible is because you unlock custom shipping. Oh, look at that old foil. This is so pretty. Custom shipping is so important, and I'll tell you why. So, when you're a seller between level 1 and level 3, you cannot adjust your own shipping rates. Your shipping rate is automatically set to $1.29, which is just the standard shipping rate for TCGPlayer. It's $1.29. However, since you are mandatory, it's mandatory for you to charge shipping for all of your orders. As you probably know, if you've ever been on TCGPlayer, the cards are listed from price lowest to highest. Kamal, the GOAT, the hero, the savior, the wielder of the Mirari. Cards are listed from lowest to highest price on TCGPlayer. So the thing is, since you are being forced to charge shipping with all of your cards, all of your orders, your orders are going to be pushed to the back of the line, basically. You're going to automatically have an extra $1.29 on any given card you're trying to sell. And that's going to push your cards away from the front, and then people aren't going to buy your stuff because, you know, let's say you're trying to sell a $2 Pikachu from base set. Or you're trying to sell like a $1 counter spell if you're a Magic enjoyer. Well, if you have to charge an additional $1.29 in shipping, then people are not going to buy your stuff, because why would I buy it for $2.29 when I can buy it for $1 and then buy a bunch of other stuff and get free shipping? The minimum amount you have to buy for free shipping is $5. So let's just start sorting things out here. So, oh, Sword of Fire and Ice. Very cool. Very nice. Wheel of Sun and Moon. It's about $3. Miri. Another GOAT in the lore. So, by unlocking free shipping, what happens is that once you are able to set free shipping on orders over $5, you can charge more per card and still have your stuff hit the front of the listing page, which means you sell more stuff. Goblin King, $7, $8. Very nice. Squee. Which is why it's so important for us to just rush getting seller level 4. And I forgot to mention what it takes to get from level 3 to level 4. So to get from level 3 to level 4 on TCGPlayer, seller level 4, you need to have at least 51 orders that have reached their expected delivery date. So you have to sell 51 items and have them arrive on time. And then a lot of stuff from Odyssey Block, Braids, Mortal Kombat. Yeah, he was playing during Odyssey Block. Oh, and Aura Talk. This goes here. This goes here. Oh, you guys! I just realized you guys can't see what I'm doing. I'm sorting them into color, and then vintage goes in its own pile. That's how I sort Magic right now. I'm about to switch over to sorting it out by set, but it's gonna be like a 2-day long process to change the sorting for everything in my inventory. So I've kind of been putting it off. Oh, a Phage, nice. Like $7 there. So 51 orders arriving on time with 90% or above positive reviews. So again, it's just so important to make sure that you're shipping cards at the proper condition, you're shipping them on time, and you're shipping them safely. So we did it. We're seller level 4 now. So what does that get us? Why is it so important to be seller level 4? Well, we unlock a lot of things. For one thing, there is no such thing as an inventory limit. You have infinite inventory space in your store. Oh, that's a cool card. I have no idea if it's valuable, but I like that artwork. So now that you have unlimited inventory, you can just do whatever you want, really. If you want to upload, oh, that's like $25 right there. Oh, look at that. Again, we paid $250 for this binder. So that's 10% return right there. So now inventory is no longer a problem. But not only that, like I mentioned, we've unlocked custom shipping options. So you're immediately going to go in. It doesn't do this automatically. You have to go in and make this setting yourself. Go into your settings. Go into your shipping settings. And you're going to set shipping to being free shipping for orders over $5. And again, I know what you're saying. Well, I don't want to sell things with free shipping. I won't, because I'm going to lose money, right? If I'm offering free shipping, if I'm paying for shipping, aren't I losing more money? Why do I have to list for free shipping? It's all about being at the top of that list. When someone opens up the inventory for a specific card, let's say it's a base set Gyarados. Let's say you open up the page on base set Gyarados. It's going to list cards from cheapest to most expensive. But the thing is, shipping is included in those calculations when they're making that list, the order on that list. Which means if you're not offering free shipping, you have to charge cheaper for any individual card for it to sell, for it to be at the top of the list. And when you're having to do that for a base set Gyarados, it's not that big of a deal because, it's a $28 card, right? So, if you have shipping set for $5 or more, you were going to pay free shipping on that either anyway. And it's going to be something for the same price. But what if they bought 2 base set Gyaradoses? Think about that. So let's say you have 2 base set Gyaradoses, and you have to undercharge both of them to be put at the front of the list. Well, now let's say they get bought together. You're only getting paid for shipping on one of them, and you lose $1.29. And I know it's $1.29. Who cares? You should care, because if you're getting 50 orders a day, 100 orders a day, which is what, if you're going to turn this into a full-on side hustle or I need to go ahead and put this in a sleeve. If you're turning this into a full-time side hustle, or if you want to go full-time with this in general, in the long run, that $1.29, 100 times a day, that adds up real quick, friend. And you're going to start losing a lot of money. It's much better to just charge free shipping and charge more for each individual card. And that's just the bottom line. Yeah, look at that whitening at the top. Can you guys see that? A little rough, but honestly, it's very solid. It's light play. And again, with Magic, it's all about how broken the card is. It's not as much about conditioning. Conditioning does matter, but not nearly as much as just I have a replenish in my deck, which is going to help me win the game. I am going to pay like good money to own a replenish. Conditioning, meanwhile, for Pokemon, it's just I am a collector. I want to own this Pokemon because I like this Pokemon. I want it to be in good condition. Totally different markets. Totally different markets. Which is interesting. So yeah. Now we're seller level 4. And we've adjusted our shipping settings. And now we're kind of, the gloves are off. You know, the training wheels are off. We can start selling as many cards as we want, as much as we want. And we are actually going to get the full potential profits out of selling them, which is great. So now we can really like lock in on this, our goals here. I think this card's good. I'm not 100% on that. Did I just put a $ sound effect? I might have. I think that's a good card. Oh, I mean, a lot of these are good cards. I'm not even really focused on their values right now because we're talking, I mean, Thoughtseize again is like I think this version of Thoughtseize is like $10, right? Like the OG artwork, the cool little pixie. So the gloves are off now, and we can sell cards as much as we want, as fast as we want. What are we gonna do? Inventory. Where do we acquire inventory? In case you haven't been able to tell yet, I get the majority of my inventory I get on eBay. It didn't used to be like that. I used to get the majority of my inventory just by buying local collections on Facebook Marketplace or by going to, I don't know, flea markets, garage sales. But the thing is, I moved. Oh, that's a good card. Azusa Lost But Seeking, the original one. I'm not going to lie. She's kind of ugly, though. Low key. Or maybe it's just me. Her face, kind of messed up. Todd, why did you make her look kind of a little ugly? I shouldn't be a hater. She's beautiful. I think this is a good card too. So yeah, inventory. I personally like buying off of eBay because A, if someone tries to sell you fake cards, eBay is very strict. You will get refunded. They don't play that game. You know, if the seller refuses to refund you, you just go to eBay support, show them pictures, show, hey, these were fake, counterfeit cards. That's against the rules. I would like a refund, and they'll give it to you. I've never had a problem getting a refund when being sold fakes, which is very nice. And then also, oh, Mirari's Wake. This is a good card. I know this is at least a couple dollars. And then not just that, it's just so convenient. You know, it's so the thing is, the reason I stopped really buying on Facebook Marketplace and garage sales and stuff is I moved out of a smaller town and I moved to Miami, big city. You know, driving 5 miles is going to take you, 2 hours with traffic, and there's tolls everywhere, and it's ridiculous. I legit don't like leaving my house at this point, like because it's just so bad. Oh, Pithing Needle, the old school one, nice. So I just started really like doubling down and buying on eBay, and I mean it gets delivered right to your door. You can usually get good deals, if you're buying at the right time, if you're looking for the right kinds of things, because obviously, if you're buying lots on eBay, if you're buying some dude's collection on eBay, no one's going to bid market price for it, because why would I? If I was bidding market price for all these cards, why wouldn't I just buy them on TCGPlayer and make sure they were all near mint and everything? So that is why I personally have been really enjoying eBay, honestly. Really enjoying eBay as just my main source of gathering new inventory. And man, like you can get some really good deals on eBay. I got this one lot a couple months ago before I started filming these. I got this one lot that was just it was just listed as £6. Oh, the OG Sig. Look at him. He's hideous. I love it. He looks so derpy. I love it. Low key. He sucks. He's not a good card, but he looks great. I got a collection that was just, I got it for $150, and the listing, horrible photos. Horrible photos. Like it didn't show like anything very valuable. It didn't show anything fancy. It was just a bunch of old vintage Pokemon from majority Neo sets. And I'm a big supporter of Neo sets because they're a lot harder to get, so they have a little bit of a premium on them. Nothing major, but a little bit. And it was just, here's a bunch of old Pokemon cards that I got, and it's about 6 pounds worth. And I said, whoa, hold on, wait a minute, 6 pounds. Because that's not what the photos showed me. The photos just showed you probably about like 100 cards. But if you do the math, 6 pounds is like 1,000 cards of vintage Pokemon. And no one was trying to buy this because it's like, 100. Like no one reads the description. Always read the description in eBay, by the way. If you're like, you never know. Like you will get some insight to the lot if you actually read the description sometimes, unless it's one of those AI generated descriptions, in which case you can probably just skip it. But like you read that description, you're like, whoa, hold on, 6 pounds. 6 pounds of Pokemon is 1,500 cards. 1,500 of 2,000 cards. So I bought it. I actually had to beat one other person in the bid. One other person was smart enough to read the description. I got it for $150. A foil Thoughtseize. This, I mean, I know I'm putting dollar signs on the screen right now. I don't know how much this is, but like an OG foil Thoughtseize from Shadowmoor. I'm guessing this is like minimum $20, no? I would think it's in pretty good condition. Yeah, that's just cat hair. I have 2 cats, so there's cat hair everywhere in this apartment. They're my wife's cats. She loves them. So I got it, and it gets here, and it's just like, holy moly, dude. Like, half of it was first edition. Tons of vintage rares. There was, I mean, again, I bought it for $150, and there was 2 first edition light Vaporeons in it, which go for $40 a piece. That's $80 off 2 cards right there, out of 2,000 cards. And it's just, I tallied it up. The total value of that lot, I wish I had filmed myself opening that lot. The total value of that lot was just under $2,000, and I got it for $150. And that is something that I've never seen something like that at a garage sale or on Facebook Marketplace. Because if that gets posted on Facebook Marketplace, it's gone within 30 minutes. It's so hard to get a good deal that good on Facebook Marketplace. It's a lot easier to get it's a lot easier to really profit off eBay. I feel like Facebook Marketplace might be a bit more consistent, but there's a higher ceiling on eBay because of just people not listing things properly. So some auctions get ignored. Like the box we're about to go through after this one, it was kind of ignored. I bought it for the asking price of $1,000. And, I mean, it's not like an amazing lot or anything. It's going to be about a little over $2,000 worth of stuff. Because the main thing was, it was just listed as being good commons and uncommons. And it's like, there's no way this lot of good commons and uncommons is worth $1,000. But then you go in and look at it and you're like, wait, these are like the commons and uncommons that sell for like $10, $20 a piece. Wait a second, this is actually, and then you add it all up and you're like, wait, yeah, this is actually worth buying. This is, I believe it's, if I did my math right, it's going to be just over $2,000 worth of stuff. And I got it for $1,000, $1,070 with shipping and tax. So, I mean, shipping was free, so it's just taxes, sales taxes, $70, 7%. In my state, I'm living in Florida and Miami. But yeah, we're about to go through that collection. And this is such a cool looking card. The Avatar of Woe. And Liliana Vesta is just so cool. She looks great. Goth mommy. So yeah, I mean, inventory. When it comes to starting out, get to seller level 4. That's step 1. Step 1 is getting some inventory. You need to have something to sell to be on TCGPlayer. So step 1 is buy a collection. You don't even have to buy multiple collections because, seller level 1, it's a 100 card limit. Seller level 2 is a 500 card limit. That's one collection. You know, it's not like that's not a lot of cards. Like this is probably what 300 cards. This one eBay buy is if I was to sell level 2, this would be pretty much my entire inventory. I couldn't upload more if I wanted to. All right, that's everything. Let's get it all put together, and then we'll move to the other box. So yeah, get some inventory, get to seller level 4, and then it's just all about inventory, reinvesting. So I've talked about this multiple times at this point. Your goal whenever you're buying a new collection, new inventory, is to purchase it for 50% or less of the market value of those cards. Because that's where you're going to make a comfortable profit on whatever work you're doing. Because obviously you have to get a return on your investment. So let's say you spend $1,000 on a lot, which I just did. If you spend $1,000 on a lot, you have to make that $1,000 back to break even. And then TCGPlayer fees and shipping fees, that's going to be about 20 to 25% of the whatever market value is. Because obviously, the more cards you buy and the more they're worth, the site fees and the shipping fees scales with that. So 20 to 25% is a pretty safe range, depending on the collection, of how much you're going to be paying in fees and in shipping. So, you know, you lose, theoretically, if you bought every collection at 50% of its market value, you lose 75% of it before you start seeing profit. So your profit is that 25% margin. Let's just go ahead and open this next box. So this collection was $1,000. It's just 2 fat packs. I'm gonna take a look. So with that 25 to 30, oh my gosh, they're not sleeved. Ooh, is this the special box? We'll open the special box last. There's always a special box, guys. It's either a binder or a special box in boxes. Oh, look at that. Whisper Silk Cloak, $3 each. That's 3 right there. Patchwork Banner, $5. Herald's Horn, I think, is 5. I don't know what Shimmer Myrrh is worth. I have no idea what Puppet Shrimp. Dark Steel Myrrh and foil? I have no idea what the foil goes for. It's probably a little bit. Oh, I got 3 in foil. Rust Elemental, Voltaic Construct. Yeah, these are all like Clock of Omens and foil. What is that, $20? Without foil, I think it's like 3 or 4. This is going to add up real quick. What was I saying? Like, these are so cool. Drown the Lock. There's a bunch of copies of Drown the Lock. Like, this adds up so quick. Again, I mean, I bought 2 fat packs for $1,000. This is $1,070 right here. And it should be, the market value should be just over $2,000. I mean, this is an $8 card, no? Batwing Brune. Boros Charm is 5. 3 of those, that's 15 more. Opaline Sliver, I think these are $1 each, and you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 Opaline Slivers. That's another $14. It adds up so fast. I think we should be breaking $2,000 worth of value on this. But yeah, sell, man. It's just sell, stay on top of it. And at least for the first 6 months, whatever money you make, whatever profit you make, a German beta edition Fireball, very cool. Whatever money you make, just reinvest it back into the business. Just, you know, if you profit $1,000 on a buy, oh, these are $2 each. Lava Spur Boots. I mean, pretty much all of these are like Lightning Greaves, $5 each. 15 more dollars right there. Sword of Hours, I think, is like $8, $10, something like that. Yeah, this would be... I'm probably not going to put all the prices for all of these. We'll put the final tally at the end because that's just... I mean, each and every single one of these is worth something. Swiftfoot Boots. The Trio. I call it the Trio. Mage Redstone, that's an $8 card. Lightly played. Not bad. I call them the Trio. They're the uncommon commander staples that sell for $1 each, or just over $1 each. It's Swiftfoot Boots, Swords to Plowshares, and Soul Ring. I actually just, when it comes to my inventory, I keep those 3 cards in a separate section all to themselves. Just because, like, the second you get them in stock, they sell. And they usually sell together because they're used in Commander. And for the Pokemon viewers here, Commander is just it's the most popular format in Magic. It's the 4-player format, 4-fun format. Monsters Rage. This used to be $4 a pop. I think it's down to like $1. Sad. No, a little bit of value lost there. Vandal Blast, $2.50 each. Bunch of Battle Hymns. Ooh, Razorkin Needlehead is like $4. Return the Favors in foil, I think. I know non-foil, like this is $2. I don't know how much it goes for in foil. Very nice. Pyretic Ritual, like $6. Untimely Malfunction, like $5. Bunch of Magebane Lizards. You know, like this is gonna be like we're definitely making our money back here. This is a good buy. And it's such an easy buy. Like this is why I said this is an ideal starter collection right here. It's so easy, right? This is not a lot of inventory, right? It's about 500 cards, give or take. And there's so many repeats. Like you just go to Searing Blaze and you upload it all together. 5, 6 Searing Blazes. Boom. Quick, boom, easy, done. Move on to the next one. Oh, and that's another thing, actually. I forgot to mention this. When you reach seller level 4, Dragon's Approach, $4 each. $4 common. When you reach level 4 seller on TCGPlayer, you unlock the ability. You're allowed to upload lists from the TCGPlayer app directly into your inventory. So what I'm able to do is I'm able to scan all this into the TCGPlayer app, and then I can directly upload it into my inventory from that. You can't do that until you're seller level 4. And it just saves you so much time. Because it's so much faster to scan it, +2, so you scan, like I have 2 copies, and just go down that line until this is all in that list, and then just hit upload. Gitaxian Probe. This has gone down a lot recently. I don't know why. I mean, it's always been banned, but it was still like $5. Now it's like $2.50. I don't know what happened there. Preordains, Brainstorms, all these staples. So for that one commenter, hello by the way, thank you for giving me something to talk about in this video. For that one commenter who's probably just like a Pokemon guy, these are all like staples. You see these cards in your Magic lots, they're all $1. Like they're printed all the time. Like there's 100 different printings of Ponder. And because they're commons, right? They're commons and uncommons. They get reprinted a lot. But they still have value because pretty much everyone needs them for their decks because persistent. So these cards are interesting because you can have... The reason this card's valuable is because you can have like 30 of them in one deck. A deck can have any number of cards named Persistent Partitioners, which means if you want to build a Persistent Partitioners deck, you need 30 copies. So of course, Persistent Partitioner is in high demand anytime someone wants to make a deck, and they go for like $3 each. Oh, that Freed from the Reel is not in great shape. It's still a Freed from the Reel, but that looks a little rough. I mean, a lot of these look at least a little rough. They've definitely been played. But, I mean, again, when it comes to Magic, I'm not as worried about conditioning when it comes to Magic as when it comes to Pokemon, just because it's all about foil levitation. It's all about how good the card is. And that's another thing, you know. When I started selling, I only knew about Yu-Gi-Oh! Actually, because I was a Yu-Gi-Oh! Player. And I mean, I knew a little bit about Pokemon. I played the games, and I knew how popular it was, right? Like, everyone knows how popular Pokemon is, especially, like, right now. So, it's so cool to see all of these good cards. Everyone knows how good Pokemon is selling right now. But like Pokemon is a pretty easy learning curve is the thing. Like if the card looks cool, if it's a popular Pokemon, it's worth something. Very, very easy learning curve. But Magic, much higher learning curve when it comes to selling Magic. If you don't actually play Magic, if you don't know Deafening Silence is a good card and that's worth $3, there's no real way to tell. Like, it's an uncommon. It's not it doesn't look fancy, right? It doesn't look special like a full art Charizard would. It doesn't look like anything special, but it's worth money. And so the thing about Magic is you have to know the learning curve. It's going to take you some time to learn it. You're going to lose some money along the way. I lost a chunk of change on Magic, trying to learn Magic, buying bulk lots, thinking I was buying something good. Because if you don't know Magic as a game, you don't really know. You don't know what you're buying, really. Heir apparent, $5 each. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 heir apparents. It's not $5. It's about $4.50, but 6 $4.50 cards. That's $27. After shipping fees and everything, it's going to be about $20. Not bad. Midnight Guard, Attended Night. Oh, Felidar Guardian, the emergency ban. See, like this card is broken. It was banned because it's broken. I wouldn't have been able to tell you that a year ago until I started selling these cards. I've never played a game of Magic in my life. Spear of Safety, that's pretty good. $3 each. I've never played a game of Magic in my life. A year ago, I couldn't tell you, what a shock land is, what a fetch land is, but that's something you just have to learn. You have to learn it as you go. And I've learned a decent amount in the past year. I know what I'm looking for now. I know I'm not going to get ripped off anymore, is what I'm trying to say. And it feels bad when you lose money on a buy because you're doing all this work and you're just starting to make a little bit of money, and then you mess up on a buy, and then suddenly I'm back to zero. I haven't made any money. Nice, Tyvar stand, full play set. And it feels terrible. But you got to take that on the chin, keep your head up, and get back to it, because you need to be willing to buy. If you're a Pokemon only person, you need to be willing to, learn Magic and learn Yu-Gi-Oh! Because you need to be able to access those markets and make money, because those have big markets. And these cards have value. And you're going to be picking some up naturally just as you go. Like if you get a mixed lot of Pokemon and Magic, those exist. You saw that in my first video where there was random Magic cards in that Pokemon lot I bought. So you got to learn it. And if you lose a bit of money along the way, it's okay. Don't get down. Just get back up and keep going. And before you know it, that snowball is going to start rolling and you're going to start seeing the money coming in. Like I'm making about just under $10,000 a month on TCGPlayer revenue. Profit-wise, that's about $4,000, $5,000. But still, that's amazing, right? Like $4,000, $5,000 a month selling trading cards. What are we doing? Like that's so amazing. Oh, these are so good. All of these cards are worth something. It's so nice when you don't have. There's nothing wrong with bulk, but having to sort through bulk to find the good stuff is probably the most boring part about this business. So when you just get a bunch of good cards like Elvish Harbingers, you just get a bunch of Elvish Harbingers. It's nice. Like an Elemental Bond, $5. Kadama's Reach, $1.50 each. It takes a bit of the stress off when you just know that all the cards are worth something. Counter Squalls. But yeah, I mean that's pretty much that's how you get started and how you keep going. You're gonna learn a lot and you're gonna lose money while you're learning. But once you've learned and once you've locked in and made it to where you need to be, and the money starts coming in, it's all gonna have been worth it. Like I love doing this. It's actually so much fun. I just love like cards. I think it's so interesting. Both, from a collector standpoint as well as these cards have value even though they're just cardboard kind of thing. Like I think that's so interesting. Because I'm an economics major. I love economics. So the economics of collectibles and game pieces, which is what these fundamentally are, is very cool to me. Because technically these don't have any actual utility other than people like them, people want them. And just because of the fact people want them, they're worth something, which I think is just really cool. I don't know if that makes me lame or not. Oh, foil Sakura Tribe Scout. That's like $20. Very nice. Bunch of Tamio safekeepings. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's what, $8? Bunch of Finhorn Elves. The Ice Age ones are a little rough around the edges, but that's okay. Still worth something. Avoid Fate. Elves of Deep Shadow, and that's the fat packs. And then let me... The special box. I think I know what's in this, because it was on the listing, and yep, there they are. I'm gonna pull these out very gently. These get sleeves. Yeah, these get sleeves. Look at this. Alpha Edition Mountains from the very first set, 1993. Some of them are a little rough, but they're Alpha Edition lands, dude. How cool is that to see? We're about to do a light test, and we're going to do the spot test. Look at that Alpha Forest. Isn't that cool? Like, this card's older than me. This thing has been on the earth longer than I have, and I just think that's cool. Look at the centering on that. These are like the first trading cards ever printed, which I think is just so cool to see. They're all Alpha Edition. Like, why did no one buy this? I don't understand. Like, these are like $50 a piece right here. 50, 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900, $1,100. Which that's about $900 after fees in Alpha Edition lands. And we are going to go ahead and make sure these aren't fakes. So let me teach you guys how to spot a fake in Magic. So there's two ways to check. One way guarantees that you're going to get a light. You're going to shine a light through the back of the card. And you should... Ooh. Yeah, so you can't see. There's too much light in here. Here, wait. Let's see if I can darken it up a bit. Some of the light should come through. I don't know if you can tell, but like... Yep, see? Those are real. If you put the light up to it, you should be able to see through the card. And usually, you know, to me, I would think this is the fake one, if you can see through the card. But no, that actually means it's real. Being able to see through the printing. And then the second way to check... I don't know if I'd be able to show this. I mean, we're going to try. But the second way to check it to see if a card is fake for Magic is you're going to zoom in. This is so riggy. Oh, well, that's my thumb. Lol. You're going to zoom in on this green dot right here. You're just going to zoom, 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 zoom. I can't do it on my phone. The way you do it is you get a jeweler's loop. You got to invest in a jeweler's loop. And through the jeweler's loop, there will actually be 3 dots on the screen. That'll show it's real. That's only on the actual cards. But I'm guessing these are real. If these aren't real, these are the best proxies I've ever seen, especially since they passed the light test, or this one did. Let's check one more just to be safe. Let's check. This Plains looks a little fake. Not gonna lie. It looks darker than the others, so we're just gonna... Let's do the light test on this Plains. And close the curtains again, make it dark, and yep, see how you can read it through the back? That means this is very likely a real Alpha Edition Plains. So we spot checked 2 of them. 2 of them were real. I mean, I'm going to spot check more of them just to be safe, but we're going to assume all of these are real as of right now. And I mean, it's funny to think that these boring things. So for the Pokemon only people, lands are basically the energy of Magic the Gathering. This is your resource system. And so you can literally get, there's so many forests and islands and mountains. Basic lands are literally free. They're like, if you want just any old basic land, you can get them for 10 for 10 cents, you know? But since these are Alpha Edition from the very first printing, and you know they're Alpha Edition because of the curve here on the end. Since these are Alpha Edition lands, these go for about $50 a piece. So, I mean, that's $1,100 right there. And then everything else from that lot's going to add up. This is all about $1,000. And then this binder lot, these 2 piles right here, I think that should be about $500. And we should come away doubling our money. We're going to do a tally. I'm going to log all this up, and we'll come back and we'll talk about it. But, Yeah, I mean, let me just go ahead and do that. Let me sort all this out, tally it up, and we'll come back and finish off this opening. Be right back. All right, so we're back, and wow. What else is there to say about this? Both of these lots were absolutely amazing. Blew my expectations away, and I could not be happier. I mean, I just breezed by this card while looking through it, thinking, oh, you know, it's a Thoughtseize. It's a good card. Foil, probably $20. This is a $250 card. It's near mint. It looks beautiful. I mean, it really does look beautiful. Look at the moon in that foil. It is a beautiful card. See, Thoughtseize has been reprinted so many times, and you know, standard Thoughtseize non-foils go for like $8. But this is actually from the original printing of Thoughtseize. This is the original Thoughtseize from Lorwyn. And I figured there was a little bit of a buff on that. I did not realize just how insane the price increase was. This is the #1 pool you can get out of Lorwyn is a foiled Thoughtseize. $250, absolutely amazing. And that literally covers the cost of this lot. This lot was purchased for $247.60. We actually bought it for below the asking price. We made an offer for $225. He accepted it. I mean, it's just his photos, man. His photos didn't show this Thoughtseize. It didn't show most of these higher value cards. It only really showed this replenish. And, you know, this is a lightly played replenish. You know, it's got this whitening here. Let's see if the camera will come into focus. Come on, camera. Just trust me. And, you know, there's some whitening on the back, you know, and when you see that, you're worried that, you know, maybe all the cards are like that. Maybe the cards are worse than they actually are. I'm actually going to turn this light out. It's reflecting off the foil. You can't appreciate it properly. There we go. But, like, no, the majority of these cards are in great condition, like perfect condition. There's a few moderately playeds in here. Some of the vintage cards, some of the old white border cards have dirt on them on the sides, which, you know, makes them moderately played in my opinion. But overall, these cards look beautiful. Again, $250. Light play, replenish goes for about $75. So these two cards alone cover the cost of the binder, and that's after shipping and taxes and website fees. We're already completely covered just by these two cards, which means all of this is our profit. And, you know, we just have stacks of. I mean, we pretty much got a master set of Lorwyn rares. Pretty much everything was a rare. I didn't even realize that when looking through it at first. It's almost all rares, and it's almost all Lorwyn, Shadowmoor, and 10th edition. And man, these are some. There's a lot of Twin Cast is a $4 card, and most of these are. I mean, not most, but a lot of these are right around that price point. And then, you know, these are all the cards over $10 right here. You have the Lily, which clocks in right at $10. Great Pact, Plague of Vermin. I read this card, dude. This card's disgusting for Commander, for a rat deck. No wonder it's $25. 2 non-hollow Thoughtseize. Imagine if both of these were hollow as well. Oh my gosh. Non-hollow, these are about $18 each. And Azusa Lost But Seeking. 2 Timber Protectors, the #1 non-hollow hit in Lorwyn. So we got the #1 foil and the #1 non-foil hits. A Goblin King from 10th edition, $25. Great Oromancy at $18. Achroma's Memorial at $32. Sword of Fire and Ice at $35. 3 Firelit Thickets at $16. A foil Avatar of Hope just over $20. A Diabolic at 10 at like $18. And a Parallax Wave at $17. Oh my gosh. What absolutely stellar. And this is a beautiful card. You know, I love this. It's a beautiful card. So, moving on to lot 2. We'll just push these and move these over to the side. So the second lot, $1,070. We got it for the asking price of $1,000 plus sales tax. Shipping was included. So we paid exactly $1,070. And the value of this came out to $2,600 and let me check. $2,675. And that is all because of these lands here. So the majority of these are Alpha Edition, and they're real. I've checked. I did the light test. I did the red dot test. These are real. Now there are some Beta Editions here. These 3 islands are Beta Edition, but the rest are Alpha Edition. You can tell because This is actually a great learning experience for anyone who doesn't know Magic that well. It's all about the curve of the cards. So if you hold them up to each other, you can see in the corners do not line up. One corner looks wider than the other. That is the difference between Alpha Edition and Beta Edition printing. Because yeah, here you can see it better in the front. So this larger curve, that's Alpha Edition. And the majority of these lands are Alpha Edition. There's 4 Beta Editions, these 3 islands, and that Plains, which is why earlier I thought that Plains was actually maybe a fake card. It's actually just because it's Beta Edition, which has a bit of a darker printing. This Plains right here. And they're in great condition overall. You know, I mean, there's a couple light play ones, like this one's light play, just the edge wear on the sides, but I mean, near mint, like they're beautiful. They're absolutely beautiful. And especially, you know, these islands are $90 a piece, apparently. Islands fetch a premium. Islands and swamps both fetch a premium because blue and black players have more money because they're toxic, which means they naturally make more money. Shout out to the blue and black players. And it's just, I'm holding here right around about $1,200, I think, in Alpha and Beta Edition lands, which covers the price of the lot, which means all this is our profit. Pretty much every card in these stacks is $1 minimum. A lot of them are more. A lot of them sit around that $5, $10 range. You know, Disciple of the Vaults, you know, Death Greeters. You know, I sort by color when I'm looking at commons and uncommons. Brainstorms, Ethereum Sculptors, Freed from the Reals, Gataxian Probes, Ponders. All these staple cards that sell like wildfire. Like these are going to sell so fast. Angers. Let's just pull open a random spot. Spirit Loop is... Oh, well, that was unlucky. Oh, a Mirror Retriever. A Darksteel Myr in foil. I have 3 of them. Eidolon of Rhetoric in foil. I don't know. Let's pull on this pile. Let's just pull our random spot. Hydra's Growth. Eternal Witness. Mystic Speculation. And then, you know, these are the 3 cards, highest value cards that are not the 3 lands. A foil Clock of Omens, foil Sakura Tribe Scout, and a foil Heart Sliver from the Premium Deck series. You know, they all clock in at over $15 actually. This one clocks in over 20. And then, yeah, I mean, these $1, $2, $5 cards, they add up very, very quickly. Total value of this lot, you know, like I said, $26.75 versus the $1,070 purchasing price. We're looking at a total gain of about 12, a little less than that with shipping, maybe around $1,100 profit off this. And then off the first lot, we made a profit of about $600, which against a $250 buying price, that's an amazing return. And this stuff's going to sell fast. I'm very, very happy. You know, this is why, like I was talking about during the sorting process, this is why I was talking about, you know, even if you are a hardcore, like just Pokemon fan, just Yu-Gi-Oh fan, being able to branch out into at least the big 3 card games, all 3 of the big 3, you're just going to expand your client base that much and be able to make that much more profit doing this as a business. Yeah, and then, you know, eventually expanding into Lorcana, into One Piece, you know, getting it all under your belt and learning it all. So, you know, as we do, we're going to pick 1 card to keep for our personal collection as a memento. And I am, of course, going with the Lily. I love Lily. I think she's awesome. I think this card looks awesome. I wish it was in foil, but what you going to do? I know you're all saying keep the foil Thoughtseize. No, I need to make money. But I think the Lily's a fair compromise. So we're going to take our Lily, put it into the personal to celebrate our 3rd video. And there we have it. A weird mix binder officially. So thank you all for watching. You know, I posted an update in the 2nd video about, you know, an update from that first lot that sold. I'll probably keep doing that just whenever a major hit sells. Like when this Thoughtseize sells, I'll let y'all know. Both those Charizards from episode 1 sold already. About $850 return against a $1,000 buy-in. So we pretty much have already covered our buy-in price for that first lot because pretty much all of it is sold already. We've already profited about $1,000. And hopefully this goes fast too and we keep it going. So thank you. See you in the next one. Goodbye.